YouTube? It's RJ. I'm back with another reaction video. And today I'm finna react to these guys talking about 9-to-5 workers versus streamers. What's harder? Basically 9-to-5 workers versus content creators. That's how I'm gonna just title it. And see what y'all think harder. Being a 9-to-5, having a 9-to-5, or creating content. I'm gonna keep my opinion until the end of the video. So if you want to see my opinion, watch to the end of the video or skip shit. I don't know, whatever you decide to do. But let's watch it. Let's lock in.
What's up? How's it going?
Same old different day.
Yeah, okay. All right. So my argument here is that streaming and social media creation is harder than a 9-to-5.
Facts.
Nah, it's not facts, bro. 9-to-5 is way harder, homie.
Why do you say that?
Because you gotta get up every motherfucking day, go to the motherfucking bullshit job, and slave for fucking pennies.
See, that's the thing is you do your.
I'm gonna be dropping hints every here and there throughout the video. Cause he said you gotta get up every single day. It's the same thing with creating content. The same thing with streaming. It's literally a job as well. It's not. It's just you your own boss. So you create your own hours instead of having to go and clock in and build someone else's dream. You're building your own dream. So it's a little different perspective, different. You know what I'm saying? And then these look like older folks, so they probably didn't really have the internet really like that back then. I don't really know. I'm not sure. Let's just keep watching.
You're right. You get up every day. You go through the motions. You don't have to get a good night's sleep. You don't have to be focused. You don't have to be locked in. You wake up. You go. You know.
I don't agree with that. You do gotta be, cause I had a 9-to-5, so it's like having a 9-to-5. You do gotta be focused and shit, cause if you ain't working good, here come your manager. Let me holler at you. What's going on? You alright today? You ain't. You know what I'm saying? So.
Some patties, you know.
Nah.
Maybe sign a few envelopes, answer a few phone calls. With streaming and social media creation, you have to be on your game 24/7. It's like a switch that never
when you're a
turns
mail
off.
carrier, I'm a mail carrier, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. I get treated like shit every motherfucking day.
We have to deal with thousands, tens of thousands of people
Bullshit.
critiquing every little thing we do, every decision we make,
That's
every
facts.
thought we
You guys
have.
got it made, man. I wish I had it made like y'all.
We don't have
I
to
wish.
sign a few envelopes and put them in a mailbox.
Man,
we
you
have
got
to
it
be,
gravy, bro.
what's the next trend?
Because
What's the next
the shit I
idea?
go through every
Oh my
day,
God, I have to stream today.
And I got dogs that want to bite my ass
And
every
you have
day.
lunch breaks. You have lunch breaks. We don't have breaks. We're on 24/7.
You got
high energy 24/7.
I wish I could be at home like you
that's
and get
right.
back and get paid big
We're
money.
not even at home. We're walking around.
Man,
We're walking
I
around
wanna
doing
do
things,
all of
going
that
to
because
parties, doing
the
all this
shit,
stuff.
I got to slave just for not even 100,000 a year. I got to work double overtime. Bullshit.
Okay, what about this? You're guaranteed to
Bullshit.
get paid.
Hold
You
on,
have
I'm
a
trying to.
No, I'm not.
steady rate.
Hold on,
Hold on, let me pause this real quick so I can handle this. So y'all could don't be looking, oh, you ain't even watching. Because I am. I actually do want to watch this. Hold on, I just got to make this important little thing. Send this out. Handle some business quickly. Cool. Alright. We back.
Don't work, I don't get paid. It's simple as that.
Yeah, but you have a guaranteed
pay if you
No,
work.
I
That's
don't.
your decision if you don't want
I
to work.
got to work at the job.
If I don't go live, I don't get paid
You
either.
don't have to. See, that's the thing, y'all. This is my opinion on working. I think you get a job, and I know y'all probably already heard this before because I heard another creator, DDG, say it, but you get a job to fund something that you really want to do. You're not supposed to stay at the job and just work for your whole life. You get the job, you get the transferable skills, you save up money, you build network, you know what I'm saying? And then you branch off and you do your own thing. And while you working, you also research things that you're interested in so that you can find a hobby and turn it into a passion and a goal and really take it serious and lock in and take that shit to the moon, you know what I'm saying? But most people, they just sit and they work 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 and they work. That's the problem. Like, listen, once you get trained to do something, you no longer need to work there. You can literally go and do the same thing that they teaching you. You can, the same way they trained you, you can go start your own company and train people the same way they trained you. Now you got your whole company. Like, say you did construction. You get trained on the construction. Now you can go and train somebody else. That's simple as that. You can start your own firm or
Spamming
own
L's.
company or
Yes,
whatever.
people in the chat
But people
spamming
don't think
L's.
like that.
Oh,
People
this
don't
is
do that.
frustrating. We don't like this video. You have to create content. Imagine you have to be high energy. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? You guys like this stream?
That's me 24/7. I'd rather do that.
So why don't you become a streamer?
Man, that's what I want to do.
Shorty in the pink does not agree.
If streaming
turned
is
red,
so
he
easy,
passionate
how
about
come
it.
every single person in this seat is not a streamer?
People are lazy. They want to put in the work.
That's their fault.
I get called fat all the time.
Oh, so what? I can call fat and chubby. All my homeboys call me chubby, fat,
Well,
whatever.
That's your homeboys, though. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's your
Yeah.
homeboys.
Yeah, and you right, homeboy, you right. But check this out. My nigga, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna go out there and get that bag.
I think she's got something she wants to say.
Oh my gosh, wait, we're seeing flags.
Unfortunately, these flags are actually useless. We decided to use a timer instead
Unfortunately.
because we suck at explaining things.
You explained that pretty well, buddy.
So you raised your flag. Is there a reason you did
Yeah,
that?
because I was actually a cook for 15 years. So that means for 15 years, I had to get up practically every day, get dressed, go to work, and I had to deal with not only adults, but I also had to deal with children.
People say they had to, like, you're forced, like somebody is putting a gun to your head and forcing you to go to. I mean, I understand bills and things like that, but it's like you still creating your own. You know what I'm saying? You doing it to yourself.
We deal with tens of thousands of children and adults.
The Lacey Thugs are. Do you not know who the Lacey Thugs are?
I can't go out in public without 10 kids coming up asking for a picture. Do you know how hard that is of a life?
Isn't that
That is
special?
difficult.
How long do you think this is going to last?
Forever.
Forever,
You think this
hopefully.
is going to last forever?
I hope so. You just proved my point for me. I don't have that security that's gonna last forever. Having a job, being
That's
a
why he
cook,
gotta
you
grind.
have that security of, oh, I have a job, I
agree
have
with
a
that.
degree, I have this. This could end for me tomorrow.
Hypothetically, if you all of a sudden you lost all your followers, what would you do?
I know what he'll do. Get up.
No, I'm asking
Trigger
him.
warning.
I'm asking him. What would you
Job.
do if you lost completely all your YouTubers? You had nothing. No one watched you anymore. I didn't even watch you anymore. What would you have to do? You would have to actually have to go to work. Oh my God, did I just cuss at you?
That's a slur. If I did lose all my followers, I
So
would
I
probably
need
buy a
this
couple
stuff.
houses and start my real estate empire.
Okay, so then you would have to actually go to work. You would actually have to go to the office.
And I would think that would be a much easier job than streaming.
You gotta go into your setup though and sit in front of studio lights and read the chat and be interactive.
But no, he lost everybody. He lost everybody. He has no followers whatsoever. He would have to turn
yeah, but
around.
you're proving my point.
You would have
You're
to turn
proving my
around.
point.
She don't
You're
know
proving my point
what
on
the hell
why
she
this
talking
is
about.
harder because
She
I
just yapping.
could lose it all
Yeah,
tomorrow.
but you could lose it tomorrow.
If let's say you're a cook, right? Let's say you got fired. You have hundreds of people lined up. You can go cook over here, cook over there.
You could be a private chef.
You could be a private chef. Exactly. I don't have that security.
I was a cook in the school system. I cooked all frozen food.
But you still cook. You still cook. You go cook for another school.
I think I saw a flag right here.
Flags. I see red flags.
I'm gonna have to backlight. Yo, Lacey, it's the truth.
I think something you guys aren't taking into account. Say we get a brand deal, I gotta post on an Instagram story. I gotta go find the 4 Loco cans. I gotta make sure, like I gotta make sure I get the 4 Loco can. And
Not to mention,
You have to do work. That's what we have to do.
it ruins our Twitter impressions too.
I gotta tag them.
And then that goes into falling off.
My name is Rhonda. I'm a registered nurse from the South.
Nice to meet you,
From
Rhonda.
35
knew that
years
was gonna
ago, I decided to go to nursing school because I wanted to be a creative, I thought. I loved fashion, I loved acting, I loved singing. But in the South, whole lot of racism back in the 60s and the 50s.
Yeah, that's true. I was about to say some slick shit, but I ain't even gonna say it. Actually, I am gonna say it. You could have easily moved out of the South.
People didn't give a rat's
Solution.
ass if you created
But
something.
no, that's
and
real
they
though.
would
See,
support
that's
your
what I was
vision.
saying. Like back
So,
then, it was
yes,
kind of probably different.
A
you
9
know?
to 5 is much harder. I had to work 7 to 3, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I had to support my daughter.
Rhonda,
you get spoiled.
Rhonda, can I ask you a question?
Nope.
Have you ever done
You
it?
get spoiled. No.
Rhonda,
you
Rhonda,
get spoiled, and your
Rhonda,
mama and
Rhonda,
daddy
But
keep
the thing is, streamers pull 9-hour shifts, 10-hour shifts, sometimes even 24-hour shifts. Like y'all don't like. It's crazy, bro. Not even streamers, content creators. You have to literally come up with ideas. You gotta study algorithms. You gotta look at analytics. It's a lot that goes into creating content.
We all struggle.
Rhonda,
Yes,
I got a question for Rhonda. I got a question for Rhonda. Rhonda,
Yes.
have you ever done a subathon?
What's a subathon?
30
Deadass.
days straight,
24
hours a day.
day and night. No break.
We all streamed for
That ain't even healthy.
You're talking about working 7 to 3. You have 2 30-minute breaks throughout that. You get to go home afterwards, see your family, relax. We were on camera 30 days straight, no personal.
What
You know how
day
hard
were
it is
you a registered
to
nurse?
have.
When did you get a break? You clean boo-boo?
When have you ran a 3-minute ad?
You
When have
clean
you
up
ever ran?
vomit,
You've never ran a 3-minute
You
ad.
pass trays. You short-handed.
Talk about the fake relationships that you have.
Oh my God.
Now
It's fake
think
on
about
social
this.
media.
Think about this. Imagine
Sure.
every little person. We call them parasocials. They judge your
Parasocials.
relationships. You can't go out to dinner or have a girl take a picture in your car without them finding out and judging
got
you
caught with
based
my
on it.
ex
I got
in
caught with
public.
my ex, and I got treated like I was a pedophile for it.
But mental health. When you stop caring about what people think
Huh?
and what they say about you,
All right,
you.
no, lazy.
Do you? And that's a big problem with younger people. You care about what people think, social media, what they say about
Because
you.
that's our
That's
job.
our job.
You said you're a nurse, right?
35 years.
What do you think's harder? 24-hour open surgery, like when you're helping with, the doctor, et cetera, or a 24-hour stream?
24-hour open surgery.
Oh, brother.
Short-handed.
We're saving thousands, you're saving one.
What?
All right, so you said 30-day subathon, right?
Yep.
My argument is that none of you guys actually did any of the work during that, and it was all your filmers, your
he part of the
editors,
face team?
your producers, all these people back here. Are the
said
ones
it's
doing
part of
work.
the
You guys just show up and have fun.
They didn't do anything.
It's a group project.
No, because here's the thing.
Well, that's bad takes.
That's bad takes. That's bad takes. That's bad takes.
Go.
They wouldn't have any work if it wasn't for us, though.
I would even go as far to say as every person in this room, we keep them employed as well. Because here's the thing, we get sponsors from these companies that have 9-to-5s, right?
They
These
laughing
companies,
hard, isn't it?
hold on,
They
hold on.
agree with
These
that.
companies are not viable without influencers to push the brand and keep them in business.
Have you ever worked a real job?
No.
So how would you
See,
know?
I have worked a real
No.
job.
What was your real job?
I worked 8 months. I worked a double. I worked Walmart and Panera at the same time for a
Why
year.
is she laughing? Bro, nah, she's making me mad. I actually feel like they're wrong.
Dog.
Hi, I'm Chris.
All right, Chris.
Why do you think a 9-to-5 job is not harder than what you do?
Well, you're guaranteed to pay.
Guaranteed to pay.
Yeah.
And that makes it harder?
Yeah. No, it makes it easier for you
Makes
guys.
it easier
Yeah.
because we have a guaranteed pay.
100%. You have
Makes
security.
it easier
Talk about
for
raises.
Makes it easier for 9-to-5 people to have a job because their pay is
Yeah, when you go to
guaranteed.
work every day, everyone's
So you're
like,
basing the ease of a job just on somebody getting paid regularly? Is that what you...
well, let's just say that comes to
And
perspective. If
mental,
you say someone who works
no.
food, if you're someone who works a doctor, it's obviously different. But if you're talking abroad, 9 to 5, someone who doesn't need a degree, yeah, it's way easier than being a streamer.
How so?
Well, it's because you're guaranteed and you don't need any crazy knowledge. You don't need to go to school for most jobs, like certain things like a 9 to 5. If you wanted to go work at Foot Locker, I could go to Foot Locker, apply, and then next thing you know, I'm selling shoes for pay every single hour.
So according to you, a job is easier or harder based on the guaranteed pay? That's one aspect of it.
Working
right?
at Foot Locker, working at a job like Panera or wherever Lacey is easier than a streamer, yes, because a streamer you have to come up with ideas, you have to stay relevant.
Oh, we're talking about ideas now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
relevancy, long, yeah.
Talking about pay.
That's a big one.
Okay, so what do you want to start with,
way
though?
that
But it
it's
doesn't
easier.
make. But
Well,
you're not
pay.
even. You keep switching it. So why
No,
don't
I'm
you
not
answer my
switching
question?
anything.
You 100% are.
Yeah.
So how is it harder if you're guaranteed to pay? I
Fight,
worked for
fight,
4
fight.
years of streaming. I didn't make $1.
Well, what's your definition of hard? That's the thing. It's like what.
4 years
difficult.
streaming without making $1. Don't give up, y'all. Y'all see where you at now. Like,
Creativity.
keep the grind on, man. Keep the grind strong, man.
You need to get out of your circle, comfort zone.
Yeah.
You need to be able to actually make people believe what you believe in the sense of like, oh, this is good content. Do you watch any TV shows?
I watch YouTube.
Okay, you watch
so
YouTube.
much YouTube.
So it's the same thing. So the people that
Absolutely,
you're
yeah.
entertained by are the people like us, just for a different audience.
That's true, but you're talking about entertainment as a job. We could talk about entertainment.
This is entertainment,
as a job.
but this is entertainment.
Entertainment
But
as
my
a
question
job
to you
doesn't have
is
any
why?
guarantees. Absolutely.
So do you truthfully, you can sit here and think that working at like a Foot Locker or something like that, I'm just using that because that's the best
Sure.
example,
Yeah.
is harder than a streamer?
It depends on what you are saying the word hard means to you.
Yeah, it's a yes or no question.
Everyday activity.
Just make it a yes or no
Some people
question,
around
brother.
here said,
Shut
I gotta
that
wake
shit
up
out.
at 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, we have to do the same thing.
Sure.
Some people do that.
And you deal with yourself.
No, we deal with millions
when
of people.
you're creating that content and you have your phone, you're dealing with you and yourself in that phone.
Okay, so what happens?
You're not dealing with
Not true.
coworkers and you're not
That's not
dealing
true at
with-
all. I have an
Okay.
editor that I pay who relies on me. If I stop doing
Which
any
is
type
later.
of content, he loses
So when
a job.
you go to your job, when you go to work, rather than punching a card, you pick up your phone or you turn on a camera.
Okay, so when you punch the card, let's say, who's above you? Your boss, right? What happens if he just takes the business and he says, oh, we're not doing it anymore? You lose your job.
If the work is picking up a phone or turning on the camera as opposed to going in with a bunch of people and having to multitask tasks you have to do throughout
It's more than just picking up a phone and turning on the camera. You have to have energy. You have to have personality. You have to be creative. It's more than that. Because if it was so easy, how come everybody ain't doing it? How come you ain't doing it, sir? Ain't nobody gonna watch that shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, you know what I'm saying?
your shift.
Yeah.
Deal with your
tasks you gotta do
coworkers
throughout
and
the stream.
interpersonal thing. Tell me how much you do of that stuff while you are actually doing your job for however many number of hours that you are talking and typing and shitting and eating and all that stuff that everybody's watching you do.
Go ahead.
No, but there's actually a mental aspect.
I understand that, yeah.
No. Let me hear you out. Camaraderie. Like you have like a group of people, like friendships, relationships, which is the most important thing in life. So do you build that with your coworkers and stuff like that?
Sorry, bye. See you later.
So you got a lot of flags.
That nigga.
What's your name?
You
So,
stuck
I'm
in your ways,
Angelina,
man.
and I
Can't
work
teach
as an
the old
executive
dog new
assistant.
tricks. Look, he mad. He pissed back there now. He pissed.
So I'm
Look at
Angelina,
him.
and I
He mad as hell, turning red and everything.
work as an executive assistant.
You're right. You're right. She's right. She's right. She's right. I'm not gonna lie. She's right.
All right, so you guys were talking about the mental aspect, and I thought that was really interesting because as someone who works a 9 to 5, technically it's a 10 to 6, but I still have to clock in a certain amount of time. I come home, I'm too tired to cook. Fortunately, I have a beautiful girlfriend that does all of that stuff for me when I get home, but if I didn't, I would have to cook for myself and get to bed in time and wake up in time to commute back to my job. You guys talk about how it's hard because there's a mental aspect, and I understand as someone who's been on social media a lot
Bit by a
that
mosquito.
you get
How long have you been on
berated.
social media? Just to get broad.
So I actually did content creation starting at the age of 14. When I moved to LA, I gained like 10,000 followers off the bat, and I was very young, and I started working with different brands.
Okay.
I totally understand the mental aspect. It's just that you guys can afford to say, hey, I'm gonna go wherever for 2 weeks, and that can be content, that can be your job.
But Lord, you don't start off like that. Y'all just thinking about streaming and content creation on a bigger aspect. Y'all talking about successful people. When you first starting, it's just like a job. You gotta work your way up. Just like how you don't start off as a manager, you grind your way up to a higher position at your job. It's the same thing. You don't just start off a millionaire when you start streaming. Like, oh, let me just turn on the camera and start streaming. Oh, I'm about to go to Dubai. Y'all like, nigga, who doing that? We ain't got the money like that. Until you keep putting in the work. It's people who, like he just said, 4 years, not a single dollar. Like, what, bro? Come on now. And then you situate yourself eventually, and you'll be able to get there, but it's like,
And you actually get to
start off
relax
like that.
and travel the world and have other
So,
opportunities.
you're just saying a lot of points.
There's no relaxation.
If I could answer a couple. So you were saying like to go back to the beginning, you were saying like you can manage like your time with like relationship. Was that correct? Like you have your girlfriend when you go home. Like
I fortunately have a support system, but I every day like ask myself how I would
so
have
I'll
been
give you
able
a
to do it
perfect
without.
example. So you said 14 you started. I started at 16. For about 3 years, I was making money, and it slowly went super up, and then all of a sudden it went down. Right?
Yeah.
I lost everything, fell off
He was about to
completely.
yourself.
About to myself. It's a real story. This is a real story. This isn't a joke. Why are you smiling?
We've all been there. Every 9 to 5 worker has been there.
So
That's
going
why.
back to what you said, how you have a support
Why he
system.
smile?
I moved across the country from my parents at the age of 19, lived alone in an apartment, was paying a certain amount of money every single month, and I was losing money. I wasn't making enough money to pay my, like I had money in my bank for my rent, but I wasn't making
It was
more than my
serious,
rent.
yeah.
So I was
You
losing.
were in the red every
I was in the
month. I
red
got
every
you.
single month. Girlfriend broke up with me at the time, so alone
whammy.
across the country. So it's like
Why
when
she
you're
snapping
alone
for
too,
that?
and everything's going down.
It seems like
Where's
she
my
just
support
a hater,
system?
man. They hating. The old folks hating, folks.
Laughing, bro.
Okay, so I have a question. You said that for the first 4 years you started streaming, you had no
Listen,
income.
bro.
How are you able to
I forgot.
survive?
Damn, I forgot your name, bro.
So that to a certain extent is privilege.
That's privilege.
It is.
But my mom. How's that privilege? Before you
It's
go
privilege because you have the support system to have a place to live.
there? Well, at 15, 16, I would hope I have parents that would live with me.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't, and they have to
What
take
is that?
9
That's
to
a whole different
5s.
discussion. So a lot of people don't have houses.
A lot of
when they
people
working
don't
9 to
have
5s?
families that support them or accept
But that's a
them.
whole different conversation.
Yeah, that's something else. Y'all trying to get too deep into it. Most 15, 16, 17, they got houses, bro. Y'all do yeah.
What does that have to do with the 9 to 5?
Because they still need to survive. So the fact that you were given
So
the
how did you move to LA?
I moved across the country as well with my mom when I was 15 years old.
Do you not think that's privileged?
I mean, we moved into a 1-bedroom in Santa Monica and shared a trundle bed, so.
Okay, well, I was reselling shoes to afford my mom's mortgage and everything.
I get it. I've definitely helped my family out in times where I was able to, but I also had to have my family support me in order for
Bro,
me
you don't get to
have
talk
certain
no more to hey nah, you Joe Budden ass nigga.
opportunities to make money.
Why
in
is
the
you
first
there?
place.
You turning
So
red
if
and
you
shit.
didn't
Get the
have
fuck
content
out.
creation, what
Pissing
would you
me
be
off.
doing?
It's a great question. I don't know because I didn't set my goals that way. I set up my life to that. I know I would do what I want to do. If we all got paid the same every single month, let's say just in simple terms, we all got paid $100,000 a month, a crazy amount of money. Would you guys still, truthfully, I'm asking a serious question, would you guys say that all of our jobs are harder than each other, truthfully?
Yeah, if she was a nurse, she had to go to medical school for years just to be able to have her
But
foot
she
in the
knew
door.
that she was getting
But that's
security.
what she wanted to do. You gotta think, like, bro. I feel like, all right, let me just end it. This is the end of. This is how we gonna just solve this whole little debate. If you doing something that you want to do, it's not gonna be seen as hard because you love to do it. If you doing something that you hate, of course it's gonna be hard to you. You killing yourself to go to work every day. You don't fucking like your job, so of course, the fuck. That's the end of the debate right there. I got this video right here. I just cracked
Going
it.
to be a nurse, correct?
Not secure.
Fuck.
How's it not secure if you knew what you were going to do?
Nothing secure.
Nothing's secure. You just proved my point. But you just proved my point.
No job is secure.
Oh, hold on. Let me make sure I got my. Need my clips.
But content creation gives you the ability to have those savings,
But
to have an audience. And even if you do lose all your followers one day,
Yeah.
even if
Let's
you
say I
lose,
lost it all tomorrow.
you still have residuals of your previous viral
But that's-
videos. Even if people are hating on
that's
you and
not
shitting on you,
necessarily-
that's still adding to what goes into your pocket.
There's literally doctors who do one surgery and make hundreds of $1,000s.
Because they were trained for decades and they had to go to
So
school.
are we.
You went to school to be a content creator?
Streamer University.
So I said Streamer University. Alright, nigga.
How you doing, bro?
Good, how you doing?
Alex.
Gabe.
Gabe, how we doing?
College
I'm doing
professor.
good. So first of all, I want to say I do respect all of you for what you do. I mean, you guys do work, but you do not work as hard as people who have a regular job.
You don't know that.
I mean, that I do know it for sure. It's very clear. People have to wake up and do their routine over and over again. It's not a daily thing.
Like I just said, y'all killing yourselves to go to work. You don't like what you do. That's why it's hard. If you doing what you love, well, damn, hold on. Yeah. No, I just play. But no, streaming is still well, making content is still hard. I don't know if it's harder than a 9 to 5. I think it's harder. I don't think it's harder than 9 to 5. But you want to know why though? I just changed my whole own. I just changed my own damn perspective. I just call myself and say some bullshit and be a hypocrite and contradict. Listen, streaming is not harder if you love to stream. Working is not harder if you love to work. But if you want to stream and you're working, then of course you're gonna look at it as harder because you're not doing something that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Alright, I don't know.
It's a weekly thing, it's a monthly thing, it's a yearly thing, it's a life thing. And if they screw up, they lose their jobs. And they always have to be careful because if they do something weird, they say something weird to their coworker or their boss, they're gonna lose their job. If you lose some followers because of something you say, you'll get other followers. And you have a large following enough where there's enough of a range of perspectives that people will always be on board for you as long as you're producing content. People who screw up at their jobs and lose their jobs, and maybe there's a recession, there's not a lot of jobs, as could be now, they get potentially homeless or worse.
You ever heard of cancel culture?
What's that? Yeah, of course I've heard of it. But how many people have been canceled and came back? I mean, it happens all the time. Your boss is not going to be loyal to you if you don't get that thing in on time 5 times.
Okay, but check
you're
it out.
done.
Okay, so listen. But to be able to get that loyal following of people that do follow you, you need to build that over years and years and years and hours of trust and communication and intimate relationships with your audience. Okay, so that's not something that's just given to you. You don't just fall into 1 million subscribers, 2 million subscribers, 3 million subscribers.
Of course not. It takes work for sure. But like what you guys are talking about in terms of like the toll it takes on you, a large part of it, and let me tell you something, I'm a little older than you guys, so a large part of it is just general angst from being young, and you just happen to have a camera in front of you and like talking to people or whatever, but at the same time, like, you're doing exactly what most people are doing, which is dealing with life stuff, and that's normal. Like the mental toll that it takes dealing with people and getting comments and this and that, that's what everybody deals with. But
it's different. It's on a different scale once you become a successful content creator because people recognize you everywhere. They always want pictures, autographs. What if you can't have a bad day? What if you having a bad day and somebody come up to you asking for a picture? Now it's 1,000 blogs talking about how you got an ego and you don't like your fans. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's different. It's not the same.
You don't have to wake up at 6 a.m. and get to your job and then be there and like be on the whole time, no matter what. Anyone who has a 9-to-5 has to do that.
I said, what do you do?
Well, I'm a college professor, so I have to do that same
so
sort
you
of.
just gotta come in and teach the same shit for the next 10, 15 years?
Yes, you're right.
Come on, bro.
You
already know what you're doing.
We have to produce new shit every day.
For me in particular, to Silky's point, you're a college professor, so you're essentially reteaching the same curriculum to the same students.
That I had to take
what I'm
years
saying?
to learn, but
you know
yes.
what I'm saying? But I started making content when I was 12 years old.
Okay.
It started out playing Call of Duty trick shotting. I don't think anybody in this room can get a crane shot. I don't know if anyone in this room can quick scope.
I don't know if that's something to be
He
proud
said
of,
a
but
crane shot.
Anybody
He
in
love that
12
damn
years
crane
old,
shot.
They started out playing Call of Duty trick shotting. I don't think anybody in this room could hit a crane shot. I don't know if anyone in this room could quick scope.
I don't know if that's something to be proud of, but okay.
So I had to do that for 4 years,
Okay.
right? And then I'm like, okay. Then I had to do YouTube for 4 years,
Okay.
right?
All right.
And then I had to
remember that era.
FaZe Clan, build FaZe Clan out, fix FaZe Clan, and then do streaming.
Okay.
So
And with how many people helping you?
How many people helping me?
Yeah.
Come on now.
For which stages?
All of them. There were a lot. You had a team.
Oh, when I was
Was it just you? Like
No. It
Okay.
was just me. There's receipts of this.
It wasn't built on the shoulders of anyone?
There's receipts on YouTube of me.
Okay, well, where did YouTube come from?
When I was
How did
13
YouTube become so
when I was
easy?
13
Because
years
a
old.
bunch of people worked their butts off 9 to 5, making it a thing.
Bro, that's not at all the reason. Somebody created YouTube. So the same way you could say, well, I don't even know how to get into this, bro. I'm about to get rage bait into some bullshit.
And if it didn't exist, you couldn't press play, you couldn't press record, and then just talk.
The fact that you have a campus to teach on. Then boom, there you go.
Right, but I also had to spend years earning my credentials and mastering.
And I did it.
Come on, guys. Your credentials are playing video games. I play video games on my spare time. Come on, guys.
So you just want to get paid to play video games. It's okay. We understand.
I'm Vicky, and my perspective is coming from a hair and makeup artist, physical job. Doesn't seem like any of you guys can even compete with the physicality.
brother.
You guys just
I know how to do a 3-strand braid.
Just sitting on your butt and talking into a microphone.
know.
Is very different. Very different than
She probably
having
never
to
watched
get
the stream
up
except
in the
for
morning,
clips.
carry all of your gear. You've got to carry all of your
Streamer
hair,
book
makeup, all
bags,
of your
cameras.
all of your supplies. You have to haul it around. Get up early in the morning. You stand on your feet all day. You never
You
sit
said
down.
bed.
I hear you.
You're breathing in toxic chemicals all day.
All right, can I talk?
Hairspray.
Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen, bet.
Your
Just
job
chill,
isn't
chill.
dangerous.
So
your
thing
job
is-
isn't
your
physically
thing is
taxing. You're just talking into a
So
microphone.
bet, listen.
Let him
So
talk.
your whole
She
thing.
doesn't get that.
Your whole thing is we can't do what you do, right?
It's not
No, no,
physical.
no, but-
I'm saying that
I
a
just-
9 to
y'all let
5
me talk for
job
a
where
second.
you physically have to do
So-
some hauling around stuff.
So
and
I physically
you're
can't
just
haul
talking
around
into the mic.
bags of like makeup. You physically could never trick shot. You could not hit a crane shot. You can't 1080. You can't hold a controller and make a 200.
Oh shit! That nigga hand was just shaking.
You can't 1080. You can't hold
He
a
meant
controller
that shit.
and make a 200K montage. You
Oh,
can't.
oh, shit, we want that.
None of you could.
But you
None
can
of
go carry
you-
some, just
none of you
some
could
hair and makeup.
And you
physically
have
go
to do that for 12 hours a day.
Yes. Actually,
You're
yes.
thinking of 4 days they had a trick shot. It's taking you 4 days they had a trick shot.
Actually, yes, I would have
Hours
to
a
do
day.
that.
And then your day is
Yes,
never
I
done. When you're
would.
done doing that, is your job done? Do you have to go shopping and replace?
Same shit. You gotta keep coming. You gotta keep your foot on the gas. You gotta come up with more content. It's more competitive to be a content creator because it's niggas like Mr. Beast. It's niggas like Kai and that. It's people like the FaZe Clan, AMP. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's motherfuckers that's already bigger. The same way. How can I say this? The same way you work up into a job, it's kind of like that. You start at the low position and there's people on top of you going crazy already. So it's not even the same as that, bro. It's a whole nother ballgame, bro. I can't even explain it. I ain't gonna lie.
All of the things that you use.
No. Listen,
you have to
Vicky,
clean
listen,
all of
Vicky.
your gear.
You don't know about dry streaks. You don't know about hit markers.
But when you're done, you're
You
done.
don't know about if the Elgato wasn't on.
When
Can
you're
you
done, you're
imagine
done.
these
Oh
things?
my God, disable
Elgato?
resample.
If I rendered my video in Vegas and I sent the editor the clips without disabling and resample,
Oh my God.
my montage is fucked. Your main underlying argument here is what you do is physically
Daily, day to day.
Okay. Your main thing is what you do is physically more taxing and hard than what any of us
And
do.
dangerous.
I could say the same thing. You cannot physically trick shot. You could never. I would go as far
Okay,
as
so
I don't know.
how many hours a day do you trick shot?
I don't think.
How many hours
guys ever-
a day do you trick shot? How many hours?
When I was trick shotting, it was 12 hours a day. It was however long I needed to. However
Every
long I
day, 12
needed
hours
to.
a day
However
trick
long I
shotting?
needed to hit a clip.
12 hours a day, every day.
5 seconds.
And that clip is.
He carries a Barrett 50 cal and he jumps off of stuff.
That's why they just see a goddamn 20-second montage or a 5-second clip. They don't know how long it took for that shit to. You don't know how many motherfucking times a nigga re-recorded that shit. The same shit. You know how stressing that is to keep re-recording the same shit, trying to get it right. Like, what, nigga? That shit get annoying. That shit draining.
I would have to get on Call of Duty, turn my sense all the way up to 10-10. I would have to get to last. I would have to pray to God that he would be in the right spot, throw the concussion. Now I gotta have my rotations down. I gotta have my rotations.
Dead zones. Talk about the dead zones.
Talk about dead zone.
Stick drip.
Stick drip.
Thing is, for the most part, but that is not all YouTubers that are doing something physical. A lot of it is just talking.
Yeah, but she also said it was dangerous. We could walk around IRL stream and someone could rob us or kill us. They're laughing, but that's happening.
Recently, I got a pumpkin thrown on my head by a crackhead.
Crackhead ran up to him on stream and almost
died.
Almost
He
decapitated
quoted
him
his
when he
thoughts.
Yeah.
Hold on, this is a little glitchy. We're gonna give it a second, let the buffer stop.
Streaming
almost died.
Almost
I
decapitated.
got a pumpkin thrown on my head by a crackhead.
Crackhead ran up to him on stream and almost
died.
I'll be mad
He
as
quoted
fuck.
his thoughts.
Yeah.
Silky is a higher energy on real GTA V stream, not for real. Doing right to the most how it's played. Yeah, I ain't heard that shit.
My name is Thelma. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. I am very occupational. My last job, I worked as a librarian with elementary school children. I have been an executive secretary, legal.
Very quiet, peaceful.
Yes, yes, all that. You know, because it's who you are. That you know, we create social media all the time because that's what we are. We're 9-to-5ers and we interact and have energy with people. Where I don't think that you guys have that.
We have energy.
Are you serious?
You have false energy because you're across the screen. You're not interacting with people like we do.
So what are we doing right now?
interacting?
What are we doing right now?
You're doing it now because we're doing a video.
Wait, isn't she debating for us? That's making it harder for us.
Do you know that?
What? Oh, they rage bait. Nah, this can't be real.
There's millions of people.
Now I'm not gonna have all y'all gang up on me.
There's millions of people who watch the
video.
video.
Yes.
Save lives every day. Probably more than doctors.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's people that literally stay alive because they want to watch our videos.
You know about going out into the clubs at night, staying out till 2, 10 o'clock in the morning, trying to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning so you can get dressed.
So you was having fun.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so.
So what I'm saying is like you guys don't do the interaction. You don't touch people like this.
Okay, now.
Hey yo.
What kind of shit's going on?
Go to the club. You get to put some shades on and you go by your day to work. We can't do that because we have thousands of people.
But is
You're
that
drunk,
your choice?
You're high. You're
But is
hungover.
that
Just
your
get off
choice?
screen. We don't want to see you like this.
But is that your choice?
We don't like you like this. Why are you doing this?
But is that your choice? You chose that. You chose this life.
So what's the whole?
And that's what's happening now. That's what's happening now with the whole world. It's a total disconnect. When you have a 9 to 5, you dealing with people. You touching people's hearts, souls, mind. No, you are not.
Do you know how many bands we meet a day?
I think. Look, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I respect what you do.
Do you
Because
watch
I think-
any entertainment?
Oh my
Of course I watch
So do you
entertainment.
ever,
I got kids.
wait,
I got grandkids.
Do you ever laugh? Do you ever laugh?
Of course I laugh.
So then the
We're
interaction.
touching them.
But the interaction is
Did
not
it make
real.
you feel better?
When I'm watching
Wait, did it make you feel better?
Then what make me feel
Have you
better?
ever
It all
watched-
depends on
have you ever been
it all
entertained?
depends-
Have you
it
ever been
all depends
entertained
on
and been like,
what's coming.
oh, I feel good?
Some of it is
She ain't taking
fake.
accountability.
Some of it is fake.
You're not answering.
So now let me.
Okay, well let me answer because I'm debating him.
Okay,
But go ahead.
Right after this, I got you. Right
Okay,
now.
all right.
Yeah.
Come on.
So when you're entertained, have you ever felt like your day was better if you watched something? You've never felt like that?
Yeah, sure.
So what's the difference with us?
The difference with you is that you guys do this 24/7. That's all you do.
Yeah.
You know, you're just like you. Wait a minute. Somebody made a comment about, oh, I can't even go out with my girlfriend, or I can't even go out in public.
That's right.
I can go out in public and be seen.
So it's
You know what?
easier.
I'm a very social person. I'm very popular in where I do and where I am. I do social media.
I'm saying what we do has not affected people. It's not real. How come when I go out in public and I meet someone and they're like, oh my God, wait, I loved your videos growing up. You were my childhood. I used to watch you
Or their
every
hands
single
shaking,
day.
their hands shaking.
Like, you were my child. You know how like we grew up watching Disney Channel?
Yep.
I've had
Ben
kids come
10.
up hundreds of times throughout years of my life, have kids come up to me and say these things. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Robbie. I'm a server at an Italian restaurant.
I done got rage baited like 3 times already, fam.
Oh, that's not fair.
He has the same menu, makes the same food every day. bro.
First thing I'm gonna say is nobody's gonna say being a nurse isn't hard, because my aunt was. That is the
My
most
mom
difficult
was.
shit. How are you gonna disrespect your mom like
No,
that,
she
dude?
is right now.
You're gonna disrespect
She
your
loves
mom
it.
and say that your work is harder?
She tells
That
me
is
it's
so rude,
Because
honestly.
she works 2 of them.
Okay,
She works at 2 hospitals.
Let me ask you something.
She said it's mad easy. She can work at 2 hospitals.
No disrespect. No disrespect, but what you do, I'm not your target audience. So break it down for me, because I don't even get it.
Oh my God.
Let me ask you something.
You just said I'm not your target audience because I'm black. That's what you just said. You won't watch me because I'm black. And this is what I'm talking about. It's harder.
He has to get judged every
I gotta get
single
judged every day. Everybody thinks I'm a hoodlum. I'm a nice guy.
He's a jolly dude.
I can't get a job because I got tats. I used to work at Costco's. I had the greatest 401k granted to me. That means that when I retire, I get the biggest stipend of my life. Do you know I could just sit there and just meat pack all day just to really realize that, what, maybe 20 years I'm gonna be sitting on millions because I worked at Costco's?
Yeah, Will.
Okay.
I didn't have to interact with nobody, just packing meat.
Yeah, Will.
Come on, bro.
Is what you do fun?
I mean,
Do you enjoy what you do?
if I make it fun,
Do you make it fun?
I could make it fun.
Yes or no? Is what you do fun?
Not everything's fun.
What isn't fun? Break it down for me. What do you do in a day? We'll swap stories. What do you do in a day?
Okay, so it's very stressful.
You
Right?
give to get.
Not fun at all. Because this dude was talking for 20 minutes about playing video games.
Whoa. It sounds like you're jealous. I'm not gonna lie.
Why he so
You want
red?
his diesel.
Okay, so look, right?
So I'm jealous of a harder job.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
that was sarcasm. You didn't read it. No, I'd like to.
No.
hear this.
Listen, I wake up. I wake up
This nigga
maybe 3,
dickhead.
4 p.m. Know what I'm saying? I'm already drowsy because I just smoked the night before. You know why I gotta smoke? Because I just deal with thousands of people. I don't even like people. I gotta deal with thousands of them. No, let him stay. You gonna stay for this, right?
Wait, but you still haven't described what you've done other than smoking pot and waking up at 4.
Okay, waking up at 4 p.m., right? Now wake up, I gotta brush my teeth, right? Gotta make sure, cause I got a lot of comments now. You know, he don't brush his grills. What does his real teeth look like? I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure that my yeah.
He got Chanel earrings like a bad bitch.
And there's girls in his chat too sometimes. So
I gotta make sure I'm freshly shaven. I'm not shaving for this video. I already know what's gonna happen. It's about to be negative comments. Yo, shave that little scruffy shit on your face. Cool,
Silky got fat.
Now I have to game Marvel Rivals for probably 1 to 2 hours before stream. You know why? Because I don't get to game it for after work. Like I could just game it after work, bro. I can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do that, right? After I do that, now I gotta sit here and plan with somebody what I'm gonna do for the stream today. Oh, looks like we got no content. All right, let's see if we can just scrub something around.
No content, no money.
No content, no money. Now look, probably by 8 or 9 p.m., I'm still probably thinking I got to do something for stream. My mind is fried.
Do you know what's crazy?
My mind
8, 9 p.m. for him? Oh, I did my work today.
I
did my work today.
You took the same boss already.
You're going to sleep.
What?
I don't want to hog the space here too much, but do you know the expression, give a man enough rope?
No.
You're losing me.
I don't know this.
You lost me, baby.
Basically, you're talking yourself into a hole, man. My turn. I'll be brief.
Wait, give a man a rope.
What is he?
Wait, is that racist?
Wow.
Get this racist out of here. He has no social cues.
Right.
Oh, you're back?
Babe, I want to say to you.
Rhonda.
I'm your black auntie.
Yeah,
That's what I want to say.
Uh-huh.
You say you don't like people. It's all about relationships that you got with people. So when you say shit like that, do you really mean that?
Do I not like people?
You said,
I'm an introvert. I'd rather be in my own space. I'd rather be by myself.
And that's okay. But what is it that you're doing?
Why is this little piggy in the back just wheezing and wiggling, just laughing and shit? What the fuck is wrong with this lady, dog?
But
she off some type of drugs or something?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Saving lives. I'm a superhero.
He's a hero.
I'm a superhero, no cape.
Jason is a fast rising Twitch streamer known for energetic game and IRL streams and comedic content since joining FaZe in April 2024. He's amused around 1.4 million Twitch followers, peaked at 100K subscribers during the subathon, and was briefly the second most subscribed streamer on Twitch. W fucking Jason. I forgot your name too, bro. My fault. I do watch your content though. For some reason I thought your name started with a T.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You look great. You look
That's
great.
right. I'm Thelma again.
I believe 9 to 5 is harder. I mean, fuck.
Jason's crazy.
No. I believe.
I gotta grab my water bottle. You just cooked yourself, dog. You funny as fuck, Jason. Dog, what the hell?
I think dreaming is so much harder. Why are you doing it?
I can't have a public relationship because of the public eye and how they judge my relationships. I had a breakup with a girlfriend that I loved so dearly because I chose streaming.
So my question.
I loved her.
Why the fuck do she keep laughing? She depressed. She just needs something to laugh about. Her life is
My
horrible.
question again. My question. If you think it's so much harder, why are you doing
She
it?
all pink. She just want
Okay, so you
attention
love it.
at this point.
You love streaming. So do you love it more than you love
tweaking.
that girlfriend?
That's what I had to decide. I had to make sacrifice, and
So
that's
you-
what you have to do.
so you lost
with
the
streaming.
human touch.
But guess what? If I had a 9 to 5,
lost the human
if I was
touch
flipping burgers,
for-
I could have had a girlfriend still.
But you lost the human touch for the streaming.
Being a streamer, you have to be judged on thousands of people's opinions every single day. 9 to 5 person, maybe
But
1, 2, 3.
okay, and then back to my point. Is that your choice? Was that your choice?
But that's not the point, though. The point
No,
is
that's my point. That's my point.
streaming is harder
Was
than 9 to 5.
that
That's the point.
you gave up your girlfriend for streaming? Come on now.
Shit, he ran up a bag. He
Yeah.
ran up a
I
bag.
ain't gonna lie, I
He did it
did
for a
it.
bag.
But the thing is, it comes to a point. Do I pick love and a future with someone I care dearly for? Or do I pick
something that I
future
love?
Something that I'm passionate about and motion. I pick motion.
While
Lala Costa.
Lala Costa? Yes. Amazing name.
Lala Costa. It is a.
She makes a percent off people's
Cool name.
fuck ups. I like that.
If you had an opportunity to get a 9-to-5 that you could create yourself, like whatever you want,
Yes,
9
I
to
would.
5, you would take it?
Yes.
Because why?
Because it's easier.
I don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
You don't? What? Come to this side.
No, but I have to because this is what I built my career off of. I
You
started.
feel stuck.
I feel stuck, yeah.
Have you ever watched a show and you stopped watching it? Have you ever watched a show and you were like,
All the time.
it's the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have to.
That TV show can't. It's done. What happens to all those actors?
It's
after that?
canceled
They gotta
because I
go to-
stopped watching?
Well, no. I'm saying if
Baby, stop.
thousands of you
Honey.
stop watching.
I think you guys are mixing all
Yeah,
the issues.
Cartoon Network. It's like
and
they
not
got millions of
focusing
people.
on-
You guys know what Cartoon Network is?
If your
It's
father
gone.
would stop, would you come up with a different brand then?
All those people are gone. Yeah, but pivot. That's the point.
I ain't feel like reading it, bro. I'm sorry.
Nice to meet you. I'm a professional model.
Your name's
But
Swag, though.
I've worked since I was at the age of 14. I was a gamer too.
I just think personally, like I agree with Jason that I think streaming does take a certain more stop than a 9 to 5, and I also think everybody in here, right? If you guys all try to be a streamer, right, and then we all try to do what you guys do,
You get L's in your chat.
the probability of everybody here trying to be an attorney is way higher than somebody making streaming a career.
Absolutely, your job is you just got lucky because you're a gamer. You got lucky. There's so many people
I was
like you out
talented.
there.
It wasn't
These
pure
days,
luck.
So if that's the case, then we could say you got lucky being a model. Look at you.
He's an influencer. Come
Talking
on.
about
No.
So many.
Hold on. But specifically what I do, I'm not posting selfies around
That
the
hoodie
world.
tough.
It's basically all pure talent.
Wait,
Okay.
Can I just why is he lucky? Why do we all get lucky though?
What is your talent?
Yeah.
Call of Duty. I was a professional Call of Duty player, like actual like.
So you were
gaming.
sitting at home and you're thinking, what am I going to do with my life while you were gaming? You're like, oh, let's put a
I was
camera.
16, so it wasn't really like
yeah,
that.
You,
so
you weren't really thinking of what should I do with my life, like what should I study, what should I like, where does my life go? You just got lucky.
It's not luck. It's
because-
just he's determined. He knows that's the only route.
He didn't get lucky. He put in hours.
Yeah, no.
That's what we do too. We go to
it
school,
wasn't
we
luck.
study.
Everybody's a little bit of luck. I think. People who don't have a job, they feel they want to get lucky by getting a job. So I think people even having a job is some sort of luck.
He said, how many people of us could do this? No, it's luck. It's 1 of a million because for whatever
How is
reason.
that luck? If 1 out of a million, that one has to be the best. So how are you going to dismiss
Is
all
he
his
the
hard
best?
work and all of his
Is he the
talent?
best?
I got four
No,
last
but
year. No. Let me give my statistics. There was over 300,000 people that played Warzone last year. This is the game that I play.
Okay.
I got 4th. So I was a top 12 player across the entire world.
And you're telling him
like-
you're
So that's not luck. That's
like
pure
less than
that's pure
1%.
skill.
So you're dismissing, is Michael Jordan lucky? Is LeBron James lucky?
Yes.
Are they lucky?
I mean,
No,
they have a
worked.
talent. They have
They
a
work-
talent.
they had a
but
team.
as-
So what
you
he
know how
did-
many talented people out there and don't get the chance, they don't get the shot at it?
I don't want to take up his time. So he's not talented?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Not
That's
at
what
all.
you just said.
You just
No.
said.
What he did to
I
get
said
to where
a
he
lot
is.
of people are talented don't get the shot to do what he does.
I literally just heard one of y'all say, where the talent at? Or what's your talent?
It's
That might have not been you directly, but that's basically what y'all trying to say.
Yeah.
But I didn't even get a shot. It was I did it off the strength of me. There was no one who gave me a shot or anything like that. I simply was just you dead ass?
Yo, you being
Why you laughing?
Why they laughing, bro?
It's not luck. I've been doing this for 13 years. I uploaded 3,000 videos. 2,000 was I edited myself while I went to college, worked a job, and still went to school.
And yeah.
So that's not. I mean, if that's
No,
fucking,
stand on it, stand on
if
it.
that's luck,
Where's the luck at in that equation?
Again.
is there a percentage? We are all lucky in some way, right? If we all have a job, we're lucky in some sort of way. But
God bless.
off of specific pure talent. And I worked on that since I was 16.
Again,
That
I
damn
work with many
fade,
companies.
that taper fade fucking me
I'm
up,
not
bro.
saying about you. I'm
Yeah.
just
I'm
talking
sorry,
general.
that shit tweaking me.
And there's
fuck.
so many people
that
that
shit
are very
make my
talented never get a
head
shot because they don't
itch and shit.
do the right
I
thing. They
don't
don't
know
go the
why
right
Barber
path. They
did
don't
that
meet
shit
the
like
right
that.
people. So there's so
Damn,
many
they got Iron Man?
actors here. They never get a shot. So I'm just saying it's pure luck.
It wasn't luck. I just saw an opportunity and just genuinely took it. It wasn't
Why
a
the
handout.
fuck?
It
I'm
was simply
sorry,
just
now I'm
luck.
just distracted by that fucking taper. Why the fuck? Is this the style or is this a mistake? Why not just fade that line out? Knock that shit down, bro. Now I'm fucked up. Fucked my head up with this one. I'm lost.
I'm talented at Call of Duty. This is what I want to do. It took me 8 years to make it a career. Is there something funny?
She on drugs.
It's a freaking video game.
It's a talent.
Permission to dick ride? Hey, he's made tens of millions of dollars playing video games, so.
Exactly. That's that privilege. That's that privilege.
But I'm saying though, you couldn't hop on a game and do what I do.
You couldn't do it.
That's a skill.
Your son couldn't do it. Your grandkids couldn't do it.
Some people
Your
can't.
son's grandkids could never do it. They could never do it.
Anything that takes a talent.
The genes are done. They can't do it. They can't.
How many
that
hours
shit.
a day did you spend?
When I was younger?
Yeah, when you were younger.
Oh, I would wake up 3 hours before school. So I wake up at 4 a.m. and I would play before school. Bus would come at 7. I go to home, come back, and do it again. I was 16. What's funny?
See, there's a disconnect here because to you guys, when you guys were growing up, yes, it was just video games, it was whatever. But when we were coming up, we're like, wait, maybe we can make this career. Maybe if we get good enough at it and we create.
Do you not
good
think?
enough
Do you not
content,
think if you're talented at something, it's a God-given gift?
Video games is not like.
You don't think you don't think it's talent.
You're just too old to understand.
That's I can't argue it because
She's stuck in her way.
Y'all could never
gotta
play
keep it a-
FNCS either. It's
I
the
gotta
same
keep
shit.
it a buck. There's a disconnect.
Same
You come
shit.
from a generation where this didn't exist. His career.
I was in them FNCS. It's not easy.
Now,
Trust.
how come in colleges they're teaching courses on content creation and esports?
Oh.
When you grew up, this didn't exist. So no wonder you're gonna laugh when you hear this shit because you're from a completely different generation. You just don't get it, and I don't know if you ever will be able to wrap your head around it.
Oh.
And it's fun. But it's like,
That's okay.
Oh, you gotta fight back.
That's
You gotta
okay.
fight back. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice meeting you.
Cook absolutely destroyed that round.
I'm Ronnie.
Ronnie, nice to meet
This
you.
past,
My name's Ronnie.
you were talking about job security. Are you familiar with layoffs, with being furloughed? Like taking it back to. That's being what? What does that even mean?
You lose everything. Every dollar. Everything. You lose everything.
Okay, and then you can rebuild yourself
You
back.
lose everything. You don't lose everything,
Oh.
nigga. You don't lose every fucking dollar, nigga. You just lose your fan base. You didn't like your bank accounts get wiped. Chill out.
It's kind
okay.
of is it not the same concept? Like
I don't know. Back in 2020, when everybody was getting furloughed, everybody was like, "Oh, let me go to social media. That's kind of an easy alternative." So that seems kind of easy.
I know,
And
but
then-
but if you lose
Now,
a
how
job-
many of them people are successful? How many of them people where they at now? That's not even a valid point.
You just get another one?
No, you can search for. You have an opportunity to search for another one. No?
Okay, I've been searching for another one for 10 months. I interview every day, give the same spiel, have to give that smile of walking through my
I
resume.
uploaded videos for 7 years and barely got any views.
And did
It's
you
just-
wait?
it's-
You
it's-
uploaded 7 videos and didn't get any views.
Went to school,
I
and
feel
still.
And paid rent.
Yes, I still worked. I worked
Oh, so that you had another job.
as a parking attendant. Yes.
Okay, and was that harder
Then what?
than streaming?
No, I was on my phone all the time.
Oh, as a parking attendant, that doesn't sound like you were doing a very good job.
I was chilling.
You were chilling. You weren't good at
Wait,
your
he's
job.
waiting for.
When cars park, they're done. Like it doesn't-
Okay.
I don't have to.
Well, that's
I'm not security.
that's
I just
a
go.
one
I go like this. I
9 to
go like this. Yo, right there. I bet. Do you think an aspect of a video game, playing video games, is a talent?
I would say it's a skill. I wouldn't call it a talent. You can master it with,
Ooh,
sorry,
But people
my
play.
next.
Millions play video games, but there are very few people who are genuinely gifted at it.
Gifted? What are they, Mozart?
How is it not a talent? Why is it not a talent?
Why is you so pressed?
You know what? I'm open to it being a talent. I think it's a skill. I think it's something you can master. I don't think you're a Mozart that you have this gift of like, whoa, when I put my thumb here and this thumb there and do this combo, I do this
You'd be
flip.
surprised. I mean, there's people out there who are genuinely the
have their opposable
the
thumbs.
most
Like,
I ain't gonna lie. If Ace Way came out of nowhere with all them damn all them retakes and shit, that was some Mozart shit. Pioneer shit, twin. That's some mechanics we ain't never seen. So that shit did hit different. Not gonna lie.
That's like saying, here's a paintbrush, go paint me Picasso.
Yeah, that's
like,
what? I'm
what?
saying this is so hard. If there's certain games that have $1 million prize pools, if there's a skill you could just learn and you're looking for a job for 10 months, go pick up a controller and go hop in this $1 million tournament and win it.
You
could win it.
You couldn't. You couldn't.
Qualify.
You couldn't.
What do you mean I wouldn't
You can't even find
qualify?
your OBS stream key. Stop playing.
I need to work for it, but
So like, but you're dismissing what he does. You're just dismissing like,
I'm not
oh,
dismissing. I'm saying
it's
that's
not a
easy.
skill, it's not a talent.
I
Like,
said it's a skill.
it's
I didn't
easy.
say it's a talent. I said it's a skill. It's a skill that
But
you can
how
own.
do you
can
know
master.
how do you know if it's easy if you haven't done it? Like if
I
you don't
played Mario Kart I've played other
So
games.
not a professional level though.
No, not a professional level because that's not what I'm trying to pursue.
I know, but you don't understand what it takes to be on that sort of level. So how can you try to dismiss it and say it's yours is harder? How do you know?
What does it take to be on that
Because
level?
I've worked at 9 to 5.
Yeah. What
so
does it take to be on that level?
Just gift.
Hours
You gotta
of
play
work.
all the time.
Tens of thousands of hours of work
Uh-huh.
and editing and
Oh,
filming
no.
and constantly
I'm just
having
talking
to
about pure
innovate and
skill. As far as like the
reinvent
videos and stuff like that, just off pure skill.
I had to put tens of thousands of hours
Could you get a
into my
refresh second
study.
zone, Tarping? Could you?
I have no idea what you said.
Could you get a refresh going into second zone with no mats? Can you get a refresh on the best players? You
I
couldn't.
can also put. I can circle back and give
Do
you
you know how to
different
short
terms
launch pad?
from
When
my
you're trying to get to third
industries.
zone, third moving. Do you know
I
how to
don't know
short?
what. No,
launch
I
pad?
don't. But
Exactly,
if I want,
you couldn't, but Excel sheet, we could do Excel sheet.
no, but exactly. I
They're
can
just
tell-
talking. They're just talking game.
These
and stuff.
refreshes
As a
don't come to
babysitter,
you.
I can talk to you about the different things I do and ask you, could you do that? No, but if you wanted to, you would.
If us four
Put our brains-
took 3 days, you don't think we can master an Excel sheet?
Oh,
But let me give you. If I give you 3 days about a video game, do you think you could be that talented as me?
if I wanted to, I would.
So let's pay for her, whatever it is.
Pay,
Give you 3
please.
days, but if you lose, you got to give us it back in double.
No. You pay me, I'll get the job done.
Oh, bro, get that shit back in double. What you talking about?
I would say,
Rob
in a
funny
sense,
as a bitch.
yes, because you have to put in the work, and you got to be on 24/7.
It's
Wait,
difficult to
didn't he say it wasn't at first?
answer that question for us, I think, because we didn't come up in this time frame in this era. So and technology is totally different now. Because we were just talking about playing tic-tac-toe on the sidewalk with Carl. I appreciate and respect what they do, and I think that's the consensus for most of us, that we appreciate and respect where they are.
Yeah.
But it's not, what we did was, we just feel like what we did was harder. And that's what I think.
So
My mind was changed in the sense that now I'm even more convinced that normal jobs are harder.
Man, W video, W content, that shit, I got rage baited like 4 times, but shit, it is what it is, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe for me, man. Road to 1K, man. I love y'all boys. I'm in this motherfucker.